Hello, everyone, and welcome to our once weekly show. My name is Michelle Marie, and I am the owner and operator of astrologicaltarot.com. I am both a Western and Vedic astrologer, as well as a tarot and oracle card reader. I'm so happy that you're all here with us today. Welcome.
And I am Tanis Coughlin. I am the founder of the Twillow Lifestyle Community, the Twillow Lifestyle Academy. I am a Reiki Master, Celtic Shamanic High Priestess, Crystal Master, Galactic Ambassador, all those things. And I'm really excited to be here today, and we're really excited to have Jeff with us today.
Hi, I'm Jeff Pulver, and I may be many things depending upon who you are and what you need, but I've helped change the way the world communicates, in at least the physical plane. And energetically, I'm here to answer your questions and to be present and to be helpful. So thank you very much for having me as a guest today.
It's our pleasure.
It is an absolute honor to have you on the show. If anyone doesn't know Jeff Pulver already, he's basically, in the shortest description possible, the Tesla of our time. Okay, he's the Edison. He's the Alexander Graham Bell. I said this before the show. He basically is the reason we're able to do what we're doing right now, and he has created innovations that are basically something that we use on an everyday basis. It's changed the collective as a whole and how we communicate. So he's kind of a huge deal. So Jeff,
and that's just in the physical.
Yeah. Saying that if I possibly said that, I'd be editing and just dropping all that. But I appreciate the attention, and tonight I'm here to serve. So I thank you for having me here. And truly, if there's any message I would share with people here, it's to be who you are, not to apologize, but to be in your flow, to embrace yourself, and to understand that you can do anything you allow yourself to, and that the biggest blockages out there are usually brought upon by you. And when you learn to let go and connect, anything and everything you dream within certain limitations is possible, and allow yourself to dream and to float and to be. Because I've learned nothing else here, is that anything is possible if you believe. And when you learn to do that, you can do almost anything. And in your dreams, absolutely anything.
Wow.
The Astro's a lot of fun. You can do a lot of stuff in your dreams.
Yep. And Jeff, you clearly have the ability to bring things down from other dimensions and share them with the collective. So it's really amazing to see that in action.
I do that at times, and I don't. Here's the thing: I probably will not remember most of what is said tonight, and that is okay with me.
Yeah, okay. Spoken like a true channel, right?
Yeah, you're a channeler. Oh, and Shem says, let's see, beautiful message, Jeff.
Thank you,
Shem. Thank you for coming. Oh my goodness. And Jane is here, and there's a few other people. You're not. Let's see, we've got. Oh yeah, quite a few people are coming in. Great. Well, everybody, welcome. If you are just popping in, our special guest today is Jeff Pulver. You can find his information at pulver.com. That's PULVER.com. His tagline's down here, Jeff Kenny Pulver. Definitely check him out. I love his Instagram page. He has the most beautiful photos of the stars. He's an astrophotographer. And if any of you guys have heard my story, that's how I fell in love with astrology. Was I looked up and went, oh, I've got to know more about this. So he is just an amazing creator, and we're so excited to have him on the show today. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the show started. We already have some questions coming in. Hey, good to see you, Gerald.
Hi, Gerald.
This is preparing dinner looking. Howdy, y'all. I dinner looked your show the other night, so I worked you the time before. So Tiffany's here. Good to see you, Tiffany. Jane, if we get to your question, we'll definitely answer that for you. Okay, so before we start, I'm going to go ahead and go over just some major astrological energies coming our way. And again, you guys, I am a Vedic astrologer, so it's a little bit, my readings are a little bit different than the Western, okay? So the big thing that we have coming up is the Mercury retrograde. Okay. And it's going to be turning retrograde in Hasta Nakshatra until the 2nd of October. So even though Mercury is exalted right now, the retrograde throws a wrench in our intellect and our communications. So if you want to see how this specifically affects your moon and your ascendant, you can actually go to twillowlifestyle.ca and I give you a full 10-page report on the astrological energies going on this month. And it's just a great way. It's something that Tanis started, and I'm going to have Tanis talk a little bit about the membership page a little bit. So
that would mean you'd need me to unmute. Okay.
Yeah.
So we started a membership page so that we can offer great resources for people. We've got Michelle's readings on there. I do monthly horoscope readings. We have a monthly recipe on there from our holistic nutritionist. We have essential oil recipe on there every month from our essential oil specialist, and all sorts of stuff. There's some cheat sheets for different things as well. And what am I forgetting, Michelle? There's some ebooks. We've got some ebooks going on there. We have a monthly meditation that's going to be on there. There's a discount for some of the classes, and there'll be some, priority membership only events coming up soon as well. So that's in the membership area, the signature membership. There's also the basic level as well, which you'll get a variety of different resources in there as well. So we're excited to have you come and join the community and take advantage of all of these great resources that the Twillow Lifestyle Academy teachers have all put together in one place for you. So.
Thank you, Tanis. Yes, I went ahead and looked at the signature page today, and my article looks amazing. Thank you. Awesome. So if you guys are wondering why I'm not on social media as much, is because we have this new structure that we've set up, a membership page. You're welcome to log. It's $11 Canadian a month. It's nothing. Yeah. And you have access to all of our stuff. And we do a lot. Like I told you, I have a 10-page report just on what's going on astrologically this month. And I also do a number of other articles as well. Okay, so the next big energy we have is we have a full moon at 23 degrees and 30 in Aquarius in Purva Bhadra Nakshatra on September 10th. And full moons carry a lot of energy, as this is when the moon is the brightest. So Purva Bhadra is actually symbolized by the sword, and the sword signifies the duality within you, as it can be used both negatively and positively. When balanced, you can use your sword to defend knowledge, the rights of others, and you can be a voice to the oppressed. But when unbalanced, you can attack the people around you and use it for your own selfish gain. So your mission in this kind of moon energy is to battle against the demonic forces that are kind of hell-bent on bringing down the collective consciousness in favor of their own material greed and lust for power. And your declarations are powerful, and they matter to those who live a life without a proverbial sword. Okay, especially if you maybe have a brighter moon or a planet transiting this particular nakshatra or in this nakshatra. So spirit is asking you to use your sword justly and wisely, as it can determine your fate in future incarnations. And the deity for this energy is Aja Ikapada. It's a one-footed goat, and he represents the pillar of the world. And he can purify your soul and open you up to the cosmic, as opposed to a more material perspective. And Aja Ikapada, he cleanses our selfish and more lower vibratory nature and raises our spiritual energy when we choose to look into the cosmic being within, and not the more material kind of greed-driven lower vibrational realms. Okay, so this is going to take some sacrifice on our part. Just be open up to receiving divine gifts under this moon, and once the process is complete, you're going to have the power to raise other spiritual aspirants up if you're able to let go a lot of kind of the negativity and the dark energy that you're being asked to release. Okay, so that's the major thing with the full moon. If you want to, again, if you want to read more, I have tons on Tanis's membership page. Okay, so please go and visit that. And I hope that was helpful, guys.
Yeah, we're not talking about like a one-pager here, guys. She's talking like 11 pages or something.
Yeah, I go nuts.
It's awesome. So the relationships right now are what's coming up. We got the marriage. My camera. Oh, there we go. All right. I'm the angel of marriage. I'm assisting you right now. So we've got a lot of relationships are coming up for review right now. So, and it's because of the retrogrades, where it's creating this sort of, I want to say, a vortex of energy around all of that. And it's the full moon that's coming is pretty potent. So I'm feeling it already, and I have been feeling it for a day or so. So it's pretty intense. It's about really releasing, right? Full moons are always about releasing what no longer serves us. But they are kind of cautioning us, like, to take a time out first. All right, this one here, time out. You've been busy taking care of everyone else's needs, but now it's time to stop and take care of yourself. Okay, so I would not recommend that we make big decisions at this time. Take a time out, care for yourself, make sure you're doing the self-care that's required. Ask Archangel Raphael to come and join you. Okay, because there is some, I find with the energies that we've been getting, the downloads that we've been getting, there's some aches and pains actually that come along with it as you do the ascension process, right? We've got the emotional stuff, we have the energetic, and there's some of that physical sort of, don't know where this is coming from kind of feeling. And so calling in Archangel Raphael, and this card says, I'm helping you heal physical challenges in yourself and others. So that's something to just have it come up. In your relationships, it's important for you to stand firm. Okay. So this doesn't mean, overpowering. This means empowering yourself. So I am noble, brave, and strong. So standing firm, meaning putting up your boundaries and sticking with that. That can be challenging, especially for us empaths, because we're people pleasers and we want to, make sure everybody's happy. But that is how we can go forward. All right. Because some awesome stuff is coming. They're asking you to embrace the future. So this open door always speaks to me about opportunities. Okay. So there's some opportunities coming up this week, and the guides are asking you to believe in magic. Okay. Because there is magic abound in our lives, and you're giving birth to something new this week. So this is about love. It's about intuition. It's about peace. And it's about bringing new energy into your world, right? New energy is coming into our collective all the time right now. And some of this new energy is going to be coming down, and it's going to be showing up in your life in wonderful ways, because the next one was, you deserve the best. Reach for the stars. Your dreams and desires, with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. So I believe that was just Jeff's message that he just delivered as well.
Yes.
Okay, so just confirms that. And yes, the timing is right for this new venture. A happy outcome follows your positive expectations. Wow. Okay, so this speaks to exactly what Jeff was saying. Anything is possible. And we are in like this super manifest time right now. Like there's so much happening that, our thoughts are really about, we are creator beings. And so the thoughts come to reality very quickly right now. So just watch your thoughts, please. This also says, timing is right for a happy outcome follows positive expectations. So let go of those denser energies. And speaking to Michelle's darker stuff there, sage, and sage. Smudge, and smudge. Stay positive, keep the vibe high, and all is well. Looks like it's going to be a great outcome for the week.
Wow. I'm in awe. I'm just here to process, to listen, to hear, and really, it's when I think of the harvest moon, when I think of what a full moon is, as an astrophotographer, the moon is not necessarily my friend, because I only can take photographs like this during new moons. So I'm a new moon person. I'm someone who go great distance whenever possible to feel the energy under the new moon and to appreciate the magic of what it represents. I have friends who are very much into full moons, and I've done some wonderful full moon work, and some of my lunar eclipses only occur with full moons. And so I embrace the what it represents. But for me, energetically, I run at times away from the full moon. That's when I don't worry about staying up all night, because in fact, if you want a meteor shower, dark skies are really good. But if that moon's out there, it's hard to see those stars. And if you're hosting a retreat and people are coming a great distance to feel that energy, yes, you can see some stars under the full moon. But when you get to that lunar eclipse, when the moon actually is eclipsed, the night sky comes alive again. And that is pure magic. If you can ever get yourself under a dark sky location, under a lunar eclipse, which by the way would normally be a full moon, and to watch that sky go from not seeing any stars to seeing a sky full of more stars than you could possibly count, it's worth the trip. I've been fortunate to experience that a few times. And when all those stars come to life and that light comes to you at once, it represents light that's 10 billion years old to 3 days old to 3 moments old. That is overwhelming. And that helps, if you will, with the manifestations of not only dreams and opportunities, but really helps you understand your place, the fact that we are made of cosmic dust. And who we are to even be, other than who are we to judge? It's just a blessing to be here and to be present in the flow of everything, and to understand that the cosmic dust we represent, that we're honored and it's sacred to be here. So it helps me reset and appreciate who we are, why we're here, and what we do, and the light that we can share. So I'm someone who will offer the idea to keep your vibration high, share as much light as possible, refrain from going low, because you will be remembered for the good vibes that you can bring out and share with others. Thank you.
I love listening to you talk.
He has this frequency that is it's like a mesmerizing.
It is. You just want to sit and listen. It's amazing. Thank you
so
much.
I've been accused of that by my sisters in the past, so I appreciate that very much so. But I was not aware of that here. In other contexts, I've heard that, but not in this context. So thank you. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, for sure. I was very quiet when you were on our show the other day because I was like in awe. I was like, he's talking. I'm like hanging on his words.
Thank you. I thank you all. I feel this is a great week because I'm here. So thank you for that. I am super appreciative, both of you. I just am.
We're appreciative to you too. And I think, your sisters are empaths, so they can tap into that energy and they feel it too.
Absolutely.
So, oh my goodness. I just want to give a shout out to all the amazing, we love the Pulvers. Yeah. So we've got Shem with us, Jane, Tiffany, Gerald, Parman, Jolly, welcome. Let's see, Raven, and Nancy's here. Good to see you, Nancy. And Raven Blue says, Spirit guided me to come out and smudge and told me to take my phone. And that's how I found you. We're so glad that Spirit led you to us today. That's so amazing. And she says, thank you for sharing your gifts. You are so welcome. And then Shem goes, I agree. Beautiful energy from all three. Thank you, Shem. We appreciate you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to some questions. All right. Yeah, I was before I jump into this question, I was watching the unveiling of the portraits at the White House today, and Obama and Michelle Obama came out and they were talking, and I was reminded of the story that Jeff told me about Obama and his Vonage jingle. I started laughing, and my husband looks at me and goes, "Why are you laughing?" And I'm like, "Obama did the Vonage jingle. It's a thing." So, you're welcome to tell it to the audience if you want. It's the funniest story ever. But I was watching the unveiling of the portraits today, and that popped into my head, and I couldn't stop laughing. So.
Well, if it's helpful, I'll be happy to share it. This goes back to around 2007 or this is whenever I guess 2000. Anyway, prior to Obama announcing that he was running for president, there was a fundraiser in New York City. And then maybe there were 40 of us in a room, and Obama comes, and when he came forward, and you could feel his energy, he supercharged the room. The moment I was very aware of his energy. It was very hard to ignore his energy, and it was just on fire in the most beautiful way. And he said that feel free to ask me any questions, but please identify yourself when you ask the question. And for the first time in a very long time, I spent 75 minutes not speaking a word. And when it came time to leave, when someone would say, thanks for coming, Bill, thank you for joining us, Jane, thank you for being here, I appreciate your support. And I came over to shake his hand and say thank you, and he says, you are? And I said, I'm Jeff Pulver. And he says, and I guess of the people here, I'm probably best known for starting the company Vonage. So Obama says, Vonage? Woohoo, woohoo. Jeff, I did some research, and woohoo, came from the movie Kill Bill. And I looked at him, and I said, thank you. And he shook my hand, and I left, and that was my Obama moment. How did he do that?
Oh my gosh.
Do you think maybe he might be a little bit intuitive too?
But it was like, whoa. So that was like, so I'll never forget that. I mean, it's not typically you have that type of interaction with somebody, and it's like, and it turns out, by the way, a friend of mine was his room, shared a room with him in university. He was his roommate at college. And so, because in 2006, I guess he ran for Senate in Illinois, and the person I didn't know too well that grew up in my hometown in Great Neck said, why don't you write a check to support my friend who's running for Congress? I did. And it turned out to be Obama. I didn't know. And so Well, when he was coming around and they were thinking about running in the primaries, whatever, he said, "Will you come out and support my friends?" I said, "Sure." I didn't have to make any contribution. I just showed up, and it was a very magical moment, though, because the energy was very strong, and that interaction was like, "Oh my goodness, wow!" And so yes, I will never forget that. The woohoo moment with Barack Obama. That was pretty cool.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for sharing that. That's one of my favorite stories. And the energy that you felt from Obama, we talk about in my Vedic astrology group that I'm in. His Jupiter is in alignment with Abhijit, also known as Polaris. It's an extremely rare, very, very few degrees conjunction that happens in a few people's charts, and it makes you unconquerable. And he was in Jupiter Mahadasha when he started running for office. So that's the energy. It was just, he was completely backed by the cosmos. That's charts. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Thank you guys for being, okay, let's see. We've got a few more people here. Oh, Lauren's here. Love that story. Yay. Oh, Michelle's here. So these are the fellow empaths we were talking about earlier. Good to see you, ladies. And then, oh my goodness, Tiffany, she says, I'm getting closer to spiritual life, but I keep having these crazy dreams and feeling spirits around me lately. Okay, the veil's opening for you. So feel free to ask a question, definitely. And Raven says, wow, I know. Isn't that a great story, Raven? Oh man, awesome. Jeff's full of them. That's just one. I mean, he has the best stories. Oh, if we had hours, I would just have him talking the whole time. So, okay. So you can tell I'm a little excited that he's on the show. All right. So, so let's get to Jane's question. She's first. And again, we go in order. Okay, guys. So if you want to get in front of the line, you can go ahead and tip. It's right up here. It's also in the description. Otherwise, we're going to go in order and get to you guys as you come. So I went ahead and pulled some cards for you, Jane. And the first card I got came flying out with Saturn. Saturn is blocking your relationship in some way because I got Saturn in Libra. Now, Saturn is the karmic teacher. He's here to teach us lessons, and he's teaching you a lesson regarding your relationship with your husband by creating blocks and restrictions. Now, I would have to look at your chart to see how this is manifesting. You're welcome to schedule an appointment with me, but that's who's doing this, Saturn. Okay. And this is not necessarily to punish you or, mess with your marriage in any way. It's to get you to learn because he's here to teach you something. Okay. Because the next thing I got, no kidding, was chanting. This is one of the best remedial measures that you can do for Saturn in addition to karma yoga, which is selfless service to others. Okay. And there are a number of chants that you can do for Shani or Saturn. If you're comfortable with that, I can teach you a few. The main one is Om Shaniye Namaha. And you can do that 108 times on a Saturday. That helps a little bit. Whenever I get that chanting card, you're always welcome to learn some more. Also, Hanuman is a way to kind of break through that Saturnian energy. And it's Om Hanumataye Namaha. You can do that 108 times on a Saturday. But that's kind of who's causing the block. Okay. And again, this is due to some karmic stuff. So the main thing I got was express your love, even if you're not really feeling like it, or if, you can feel those blocks in place or they're kind of causing issues, go ahead and make a romantic gesture, even if you're kind of waiting for him to do it, because I think that can kind of break through the ice a little bit. And then I got, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations can also bring you together. Okay. So don't let go of, that divine understanding and sight that you have in the understanding of your relationship. And so I said, what's a higher being that can kind of help her out here? And I got Hilarion. See how his heart chakra is fully open and beaming. That's the anahata. That's how we love. That's how we connect to divine love and divine acceptance and unconditional love. And honor your sensitivity, retreat and recharge and heal, and your light can support others. So this tells me that you guys need to take a little bit of a retreat. Okay, just kind of get away from the craziness of life and take some time out for each other to heal and to, like I said, express your love. Okay, but what Spirit's basically telling me is that this needs to kind of be something that you work through because you are going through a divine lesson. That's what these karmic lessons are for. Okay. I hope that was helpful, and I'm sending you lots of love, Jane. And I know that Tanis and Jeff have a lot more for you.
Hi, Jane. So when I tap into your energy, there's this anxious feeling. So there's definitely something going on. I did pick the card, pay attention to red flags. Okay. So The signs are cautioning you, but I don't think that it's not like a big, it's not like something, I was checking in. It's not something huge. It is like a healing thing that has to happen. So I agree with Michelle in terms of the karmic stuff. So there's some karmic stuff that's coming up to heal. There's some religious or spiritual factors. I feel like you've maybe started your spiritual journey and he has not. And there's this sort of a change in the dynamic because of that. There's also someone's ex. So one of you needs to release your ex. So I would recommend perhaps a cord cutting if you haven't had one already, just because I think it's pulling on your energy a little bit. There's something to do with his ex too, though. Anyway, so be willing to forgive is the advice, okay? Because you just need to step into getting to know each other more again. It's like you were together and then you've done this, and it's like trying to find your way back to each other, right? Following the forgiveness. I always talk about the Ho'oponopono. That's a great tool to use, especially as a couple. You can actually sit across from each other and repeat it back and forth to each other. It's super, super helpful. So that's, if you want more information on that, Jane, just let me know, please. Okay, I can give you that. So they're advising you to get to know each other. Really allow yourself to be open. And if you're not there yet, use play. Okay, we can always be more playful. So to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to shine at this time. So do something fun together. So kind of like Michelle said, retreat and get away. Do something fun. Okay, we've all gone through so many huge changes in our lives with the COVID stuff, and then now there's a whole bunch of light codes coming down and stuff. All of that, it weighs heavy on us. So go find something that is fun to do for both of you to do together. Okay, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart and give and receive all the highest energy. All right, so it's going to take a little bit of work. I think there's some forgiveness stuff for yourself and some forgiveness stuff for each other in there. And that's, we aren't responsible for anybody else's actions or reactions. You're only responsible for your own actions and reactions. So step into that and do your own healing work, and this will smooth out along the way. Okay, hope that's helpful.
Hi, Jane. Just to add to what's already been shared, the first thing I got was that you need to listen to yourself, that your intuition is good. But rather than reaching outward and looking for advice, look inward and hear your own voice and know that your first reaction was a reaction. And the fact that it makes you uncomfortable brings to your surface the fact that action should be taken. It should not be suppressed. It should not be pushed away, but should be embraced. And so when I say that, what do I mean? I have no idea, because I don't know the specifics of your situation, and nor am I suggesting for you to put yourself in harm's way energetically, physically, or otherwise. That if you're in a relationship where you feel abuse, I'm not saying physical abuse, but emotional abuse, where you feel and you're afraid to speak up, I'm just saying, bring it to your attention and make a call on it, right? And if it's not that, that's wonderful, because I pulled cards while my friends were talking to you, and so I happen to be a big fan of Monty and Amy Zerner, and I have multiple decks here, and so from the Intuitive Oracle deck, I actually pulled the Protector. And just to read you the affirmation, it says, I respect people's boundaries and require the same from them. And so that's where I was getting that. And then from oh my goodness, this is from the Law of Attraction deck. I have this one too. It's honesty. And I'll just read to you. I am fair and honest, and that attracts fairness and honesty into my life, which sure. And why do I say that? Because originally, using the Creativity Oracle deck, I pulled 3 words, which now I understand, but put together, it's flash, indecision, and trust. And sure, right? So flash, not sure what to do. Now you got to trust something. Well, guess what? Look inside. You are your best guide. You see who you are the best, even if you have your blinders on. If you don't deny yourself of who you are, where you are, what you need to do, please do it for the sake of yourself and others, and know that you're doing the best thing possible at that time. Thank you.
Awesome. You're on mute.
I love the
There we
pulver
go.
method. It's my favorite when you pull the 3 cards. And
Yeah,
that's what I
it's
call it
awesome.
because it's so signature to Jeff.
It is.
Okay, so our next question is from Ja Lee. May I please get a reading? Yes, you may. Okay, so a lot of karma cards came out for you, and this is again by Monte Farber. Both Jeff and I are just total fans of Amy Zerner and Monte Farber. You can look their stuff up online; they're just absolutely amazing. But the first card I got was Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius is all about taking that fire energy and making it more mutable. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of energy from you, but it needs to be better targeted. I had this just this vision of the energy being everywhere, and it needs to be focused because I got the 12th house. Now the 12th house, it represents, prisons and hospitals and things like that. But the main thing that I got was that you're moving into a new spiritual way of being and living. And you need to start developing more focus in your life so that you can control the energies that are coming your way. Okay, because I felt ungrounded when I tapped into you. Okay, I felt like there was a lot of energy there, but it hadn't really been harnessed. Okay, I think that's what the Sagittarian card is asking you to do, because then I got Libra, bringing more balance in your life and in your relationships. Okay, it literally says, let's see, decisions about cooperation to perfect, working with others, etc. But you're not really going to be able to step into this energy until you ground yourself first. Okay. And I said, so what happens when she starts to really, focus and develop some skills and harness some of these spiritual or intuitive abilities that I see coming through? I got accomplishment. This is something that you're really going to be, it's just like my little victory card here. You see the star there? That's the first thing that stood out to me was the star. And notice there's also a horse depicted in this photo as well, just like the Sagittarian card. You're on a journey. You're on a journey to discover your cosmic self. And it says, remember past accomplishments as a way to overcome present self-doubt. So there are some things that are holding you back and holding back your ascension. And you need to tap into those things that you've got through in the past and give yourself an atta girl or atta guy for it. Okay. Because that's going to really help you focus and develop a spiritual practice. Because when I get that 12th house, it's like, this is someone who's moving into more ethereal energies. Okay. I did pull some self-care cards just in case, because I was just feeling so ungrounded. Just get a health checkup, go to the doctor if you haven't been there in a year, and just, get your routine stuff done. Okay. If you're already seeing a practitioner or something, just follow up, make sure you stay on top of your health. Okay. It's always good to take care of yourself. And I got that some of the anxiety that you might be feeling can be mitigated by doing something with your hands. Here she's using pottery here, but it could be any form of art. It could be even like my way of dispelling anxiety is to write. That's, as Tanis knows, she gets my 10-page reports on the Vedic charts. And I'm like, I just get in a zone. And all I want to do is study what's going on astrologically in the moment and for the next month, etc. And I just get in my head. Anything that you can do with your hands that kind of helps you maintain that focus and create that balance. Okay, so that's kind of the main energy that I got for you. I hope that was helpful. I know Tanis and Jeff have a lot, and I'm sending you lots of love. Okay, Jolly? Oh, there you are.
Yes, I'm doing. Hi, Joey. I am feeling a fair bit of anxiety from you as well. There's a lot going on here. And so really what I have is, so you're embracing your future. Let's get into this a little bit. So you have the opportunities there. Okay, so there's an opportunity that's in front of you. You need to ask yourself exactly what makes you sing. Okay, what makes your heart sing? You need to dwell in your own truth here. Okay, because I think there's part of you that isn't quite sure in that what it is that you really want. Okay, these clouds here, they're clearing. Okay, they're not coming in, they're clearing. You see, she's full of light in this picture. So that's kind of what's happening. You're actually launching a journey, and it's your spiritual journey. Okay, so you're hearing messages from spirit. Okay, so some of this anxiety It comes from a couple of things. One thing is that you've got these guides talking to you all the time, and it's still energy coming at you. Even if you may not be aware of it, I feel like there's a part of you that is, but you're like almost denying it. And when we deny it and we don't want to step into that truth, it makes it more difficult to manage the energy. Okay, so the guides are talking to you, and that's kind of coming at you anyways, whether you want it to or not. So that's where launching the journey and actually starting to believe in magic, okay, and allowing yourself to step into that, because you are full of magic, you are full of light, you have a huge heart, and stepping into that aspect of self is what's really going to help you with releasing the anxiety. Okay, it's the more that you try to suppress it, the more it's holding you back. Okay, so step into that truth of yours. Allow your heart light to shine, because I got that you're going to be cultivating prosperity. So you've planted seeds for yourself, and they're going to start to come to fruition. You just have to expect miracles, right? You're going through a real growth spurt here. So you've got all this growth coming up on either side. This is like the heart light here in the center. Okay, so healing, you're going through a healing period. These hands are coming across as healing hands for you. And so as you go through this healing period, you're going to raise that vibration. So you may, and that may be what you've been doing, and that may be why this anxiety is coming up for you. Okay, you don't need to worry, because you have Archangel Michael working with you. All right, so work with him. He's awesome. He comes in and his energy is like, and he's there to help you. But we do have to ask the angels, okay, because they can't interfere unless we ask, because we have free will. Okay, they're encouraging you to sing and dance. So again, like Michelle was saying, something creative that you can do physically. Okay, singing and dancing is a great way to raise your own vibe, and you'll be a little bit more comfortable with it. It's also a great way to tap in. Okay, also books. So do some reading. And I think this actually says your life purpose involves writing, reading, editing, or selling spiritual-based books. So do some spiritual reading, all right? Because I think that's part of what the anxiety and stuff is that's coming up for you, is that you need to sort of step into this path a little bit in small steps so that you're comfortable, but stepping into that path a little bit, okay? And there's lots of great teachers out there, that you can tap into their help. Whether it's with the Twillow Lifestyle Academy or elsewhere, there's tons of spiritual teachers. I encourage you to reach out and find one that you really resonate with. Okay, hope that's helpful, Jeff.
And good evening. Thank you for asking coming forward and asking for a reading. I'll say that, I did feel your energy being all over the place. It was very hard to tap into, specifically because it was unbounded, which kind of like tied me into, because when I got 3 words for you. It was pause, recharge, and play. And take that pause seriously, like stop, relax, right? Allow yourself to embrace, dare I say, slowness. Slowness is not a weakness. It's to slow down, to appreciate those roads less taken. In your case, stop worrying about everything. Stop trying to be everything to yourself, right? Focus, get inside your head and flow with yourself, right? But so pause, so stop, pause, recharge. Now, recharge could be a moment, it could be a dream, it could be one sleep, but really to allow yourself to be in an environment where you're energetically recharging, because at the end of the day, after that recharge comes the play. And what you're going to, when you're playing at that right tempo, you'll be in flow. I don't know if you can read flow, but you'll be in flow. And that is really how to balance it. And I can pull other cards, but I'm telling you, as I don't need the cards to tell you that I'm just concerned for you to reset your expectations. Not that you can't achieve these great things, because you will, but allow yourself to breathe along the way, right? Find that balance for self-love, for embracing the positive, not the negative of the situation, and understand good things will happen. They are going to happen. Believe it, and you'll experience it. And just slow down, relax, because your energy invokes certain reactions from others that are near you that creates unintended consequences to them and therefore upon you. So like when I say chill, it's a sort of a cosmic chill. It's not just to slow down for you, but for the sake of everything you're looking to manifest and for those around that love you, they would really appreciate it because they won't tell you to your face, but relax, chill, be you. And the magic which you're hearing about is present and it will be revealed. Thank you.
They had me, they keep at me about remembering that your energy goes where the energy flows where attention goes. So that was what was coming through while Jeff was talking quite strongly. Okay, so just keep that in mind, Javi. Energy flows where your attention goes. So keep it on the positive. Okay.
Well, and that's what they kept telling me to focus when I pulled the Sagittarius card. It was like, it's just, focus your energy. Don't be all out. Yeah. And, we all struggle with anxiety. That's just part of being a human being. So that's wonderful advice, both of you. I love reading with you. And, the advice that Jeff gave you, he's one of the most rajasic, which is energetic people that I know. He's like a mile a minute. So he's found ways when he calms his mind to do absolutely amazing things, to be present and to just be in the moment. And look what he's done with his life. It's so, yeah, that's brilliant. $1 million advice. Thank you, Jeff. Oh, goodness. Okay, so Ted Bricks is here. Good to see you, Ted Bricks. And Jane says, so beautiful. Thank you. And Jolly sends hearts. You guys are so welcome. I'm so glad that the readings are resonating. Okay, so our next question is from Ashley, excuse me. Ashley Foster. Hi, may I have an update read on me and Carl and our love life? The last time I was here, I got marriage, engagement, honeymoon, which was said to be rare in a meeting. I think that's what you pulled for, Tannis. So
I think we both had something around that.
Actually. Something, yeah. It's been a while. Well, welcome back, Ashley. We appreciate you coming on the show. The first thing I got was that something shifted. Did you get that, Tannis?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I did pull some cards for you, Ashley. The first one I got was Virgo. Okay. Virgos they're very protective. They're very healing. I married a Virgo moon. I love Virgos because they're organized and they're technical and they really understand the details of things, which I really appreciate. My Venus is in Virgo, so I'm just attracted to them. So, this is kind of the energy that I get from you. You're a very organized, practical. You kind of like to, be a healer to others.
She says he's a Virgo.
Oh, he's a Virgo. Okay, well, your energies are pretty entwined. So, all right. So this is the Virgo energy. Okay. I got this is him and not you. You're a Libra. Okay. Oh, wow. All right. So air and earth. Okay. So there's a little bit of a disconnect with the way that you guys interact, but you have other planets that come into play too. But the main thing about the Virgo energy is they like to feel grounded. And he's is going through a time of a lot of ungrounding because the cards that I got for him were Pluto, which is power struggles, control, do or die, transformation, just really, really heavy transformative energy coming his way. And then I got Uranus, which is like lightning striking in his life. Okay, so he's got some stuff that's either going on now or coming that's kind of causing some upheavals. But the really good thing about Pluto is he brings forth positivity after the transformation. It's death and rebirth. It's like the butterfly moment when it's over. And what Uranus does is he causes us to see things from an entirely different perspective. It's kind of like if there's an accident in the road on your way to work and you're forced to take a detour and you come across like this new restaurant or a new area or a park, and you start going. He basically reroutes us so that we can start thinking about things and living our lives a little differently. Okay. So he's got a lot of transformation going on in his life. He's got some unexpected events occurring, and that is messing with this Virgo energy that likes things to be grounded and detailed. And so if he's the Virgo, that's what I got for him. For you, I got the reversed hope card, which is kind of I'm just kind of wondering what's going on with you here, because this tells me that, you're kind of worried about whether this love match is going to survive. And it also tells me that, you're either idealizing the situation or you're guarding your heart, because there's a lack of balance when I get this card. Okay. Yeah, they're just giving me the hopelessness. But you know, what's really good is right after that, I pulled the Justice card. Okay. So whatever you're struggling with right now, it will be worked out. You will find the balance needed. Like, notice that she's holding scales there. That's Libra. Okay. This is you. So you know how to find balance in this situation. You're the queen of this, being a Libra. You're an expert in relationships. Okay. So the main thing that I got, because this was upright, is that, you know, even if you've suffered mistreatment in a recent relationship, you could look forward to a successful outcome. Okay. They're telling me that your past actions have been validated by spirit, even if they weren't by others around you. If that's just something that you needed to hear. You judge very fairly in love. So you know the way to find balance in helping kind of navigate this really transformative lightning bolt kind of energy coming his way, and create the balance needed to keep things on an even keel. Okay. But what I got is, this is how it's making you feel. I got the Hanged Man. Okay. The Hanged Man really goes in alignment with the Uranus card that I picked, because he's asking you to look at issues that are coming your way and his way from an entirely different angle. Notice that he's upside down. This could mean discarding a dream or just revising your expectations from the relationship. They're telling me you might want to take some valuable time out and find some emotional replenishment with your friends and your family that can kind of help you see things from a different perspective without inviting them in, because it's important that you make these decisions for yourself moving forward. Because remember, I pulled the Justice card for you, because you do have good judgment. You just need to kind of like step back. Okay. And not be in this feeling of like limbo that I'm feeling. When you do this, your perspective on love may change for the better. But whatever your situation, even though you might feel like you're in limbo, you are very secure. Okay. And when the time is right, you will know exactly what to do. So even though I pulled a lot of transformation, I pulled, you know, some kind of more difficult cards, you've got this. Here, let me try to get her into focus for you. There's you. Okay. You are the Libra in this relationship. You know how to find the balance. The balance is within you. Okay. So yeah, big shift from the last read. Lots of stuff going on between you. And I know that Tanis and Jeff can provide you with some more advice and answers. But, you know, I'm sending you lots of love. And here we go. There we go. Hope that was helpful.
Hi, Ashley. Yeah, she says, I'm not sure if the 3 cards from the last read was about him or someone else. So we can't really know that. So that may be the case, that it might be about somebody else. The other thing that happens sometimes if you have a big shift like this is really, I mean, we give you the most probable outcome, but there's always free will involved. So somebody makes a decision, and instead of all timelines are created. So you make a decision to turn right instead of left, and the right timeline is created, but so is the left. Okay. And so sometimes the reads can be on different timelines. Sometimes they are about different people from what you're expecting. Okay. So just keep that in mind as we go forward. I feel as though Carl is having some kind of a disagreement, maybe with you, maybe not. I feel like he's having to do some mending. Oftentimes I read it differently, but this time I feel as though he's kind of at a crossroads. So that I feel as though it may be him that's made a decision that has changed the outcome a little bit, because he does have free will. Okay. He's coming into power, into his own power, which means that he's working on himself a bit, whether he realizes it or not. He's working on himself. There's all this energy coming in. So that's creating a shift for him. When I asked about your energy, you have some healing from the past that needs to happen for you. Okay. So that just means doing, Second time, Ho'oponopono is coming up. So Ho'oponopono. Okay, it's a healing technique that's super helpful, and it's about forgiving some of the situations. There we go. Thank you. It's about forgiving some of the situations that you've had in the past, because they're sort of influencing how you're feeling in this situation. Okay. And you are intuitive, so trust that intuition. Okay. So here's the 4 phrases for the Ho'oponopono. And what I usually say is picture the person that you need to work with, picture it in your mind, and then repeat these over and over. Okay. Because you'll feel it in your body. And you'll feel tension when you picture someone's face that you've had a thing with. You'll feel like a bit of tension, and that's where you're holding that energy in your field. Okay, so then you picture their face and you repeat this until that tension is gone, and that's how you're going to release some of that energy. Okay, so you're doing some healing, or that's what you're being called to do, is do some healing. But trust your intuition, because it is flowing. You see the flow there? Once you get that key and open the lock, you're going to be going with the flow. All right? Because your life is truly guided. You know that you're intuitive. Okay? And love is worth waiting for. There is divine timing. My camera really doesn't want to focus that well today. There is divine timing at work right now. Okay? So keep an open mind, because it's going to be changing. And it also says your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So actually, with what your question was about it possibly being someone else, I would say that could read that it is about somebody else. You deserve love. Okay? You are lovable. There is somebody that you should express your love to. Okay? But they also want you to make sure that you remember play. So I got the playfulness card here. You're taking things very seriously. You need to step out of that. So there's something called the drama triangle, and I always feel that's somewhere to look. So we get caught in a triangle of playing either victim, villain, or hero, and that's when we take things really seriously, right? We're caught in playing one of those roles or all of them all at once. We all do it. It's part of being human. But in this situation, I encourage you to kind of step out of that and be that sort of silent observer for a little bit. And that's kind of what Michelle was talking about, like taking a step back for a little bit and allowing yourself to kind of see it from a different perspective. Another way to look at it, instead of seeing it from here, get a higher perspective, go higher altitude on this and take a look at what's coming through for you. Because it's inside that some of this is happening for you. There's some changes and some healing that's coming up. And don't take, we're all going through this right now. This is part of what's happening in the world. Okay. Everybody is having this kind of thing come up. There's stuff from past lives. There's stuff from earlier this life, everything. There's all kinds of sort of things that are coming up for all of us that we need to work through. That's part of this ascension process, is working through that. And your soul journey or your spiritual journey is all about self-discovery. So take that time, step back in altitude, and do the discovery work. I think you'll find that you will feel much better about it. Okay? Lots of love, Ashley.
Wow. Okay. So with all that said, I'll just start with that expectation management, right? What you get out of this relationship is not necessarily what you thought it would be, right? And now it's hitting you. And by the way, there's a duality to it, because your partner is in a similar situation. And you're also experiencing, whether it's past lives or just past relationships, but you're seeing signs of things from the past coming through now, things that you changed, avoided, ran away from, or otherwise did not embrace, and now you have to deal with it once again. And it's like, what do you do? Because you thought this was going to be magic, and in fact, I totally concur with both Tanis and Michelle. I believe that the past reading was about somebody else. That energetically, there is. Actually, there's more than one, but anyway, it gets so complicated, because you are fascinating to think about or connect to while they're reading, because there's multi dimensions here at play. And I think if you get nothing else out of tonight, understand that you are multidimensional, and that and you have the free will, and you have the ability to change your mind, and that you may have a one and only, you may have multiple people, but remember your happiness. Don't settle, right? Compromise when you need to, but don't settle. Allow yourself to flow and to be free. And I was pulling cards, but and I will share, but I'm telling you that first and foremost is protect yourself and set your expectations for you to be happy. You will give, you will share love, you will be loved, but please don't put yourself down in the process. Don't hurt yourself while you're looking for what you're doing because it's expected. And when the outcome is not what you thought it would be, deal with it. Don't run away from it. And by the way, it's your life, not ours. We're here best to serve you, best to provide advice, best to share with you the information available right now. And things change. A moment from now, facts may change and everything we said will not matter. But what matters is you, your life, your light, your happiness, and your ability to bring good into this world. So I will, while I was reading your partner for a while, I stopped because you guys got to figure that stuff out. Ain't my business. But I will say 3 words for you on your side of it. You're overwhelmed. Please let go and start. And the start card I love because it's start. You must start from where you are. Don't worry about defending how you got there. Start from where you are. If you're continuing with this, please go ahead. May you be blessed 1,000 times. But allow yourself to be happy and to be at peace with you and your partner or partners. And know that greatness and great things are happening. It's so easy for us to deny ourselves and allow others to shine. Allow yourself to shine too. You matter a lot. Our happiness is dependent on your happiness. Please allow yourself to be bright, to be the light that we know you can be, and the light that you are inside. Let it come through. Because as you do that, that will help everyone around you and raise us up and raise the vibration. So thank you. And thank you for being here tonight.
Oh, that was beautiful, Jeff. Thank you. And great advice. It should definitely resonated because she says LOL. So, okay. Oh, well, Melanie, welcome. She's new to the show. And she says, I'm from the UK. Oh my gosh, it's like midnight there.
That's awesome.
Wow. Newbie, thank you for coming. And she said that she sent us a heart and she said share. Thank you so much,
Awesome.
Melanie. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And Ashley says, thank you so much. You're so welcome, Ashley. And, come back and let us know how you're doing with your new start.
Yes.
Okay. We have time for one more. I just pulled one card because we're getting a little low on time.
Mhm.
And let's see, I got Parman up here. So there's Parman. People are so brittle and rude right now. I'm sorry, Parman. Yes, the collective is undergoing a lot of stress. Are there any indications that the collective will calm down? Well, the fact that you said collective tells me that you're an empath. So that's like the first thing you need to do is say, create some boundaries, sage, carry some, like I carry crystals in my bra, like in my pockets and wherever I can put them, and
Black tourmaline, that's great for that.
I actually found some on the street the other day. I'm like, okay, I can take a hint. So yeah. Anyway, so I did pull a card for you that I think can kind of help you move forward with this energy, and it's acceptance. And I got this from the Whispers of Ganesh. This is kind of my Joy-Tish based energy here. Oh, and Tanis is holding up something here, and it says
accepting what is.
Yeah.
Accepting what is. Perfect. There you go. So, and I got the acceptance card. Okay. Yeah. So basically there's great freedom in accepting things the way they are. There really is. And you can't move forward on your path until you release some of the blame and the anger and the sorrow that you've collected on your life's journey and what you're seeing in the collective as well. Okay, Parman. So Spirit is asking you to forgive these people, just as you're willing to forgive yourself. Okay. Open your heart to the world outside and to the one within, especially when things get really complicated, like they are now. And this deeper state of recognition and acceptance is what's going to help push you forward into a new spiritual adventure, way of thinking, way of being. Okay. So love without judgment and live without predetermined opinions, because they're telling me that you're a very opinionated person. Okay, I just got an image of you. Okay, so basically, you're very opinionated. Okay, that's a good thing, and but it can get in the way, like in this case. Okay, so you're being asked to accept and kind of express your true self, and your ego is beginning to fall in alignment with your soul. What a relief, right? But you don't have to control everything. They're telling me you don't have to fix everything, and you don't have to know everything. Okay, if you've been overly serious and tense lately, you need to start remembering happiness, because you're very serious. So um, you might find that you can start maybe laughing at things instead of getting infuriated. And they're showing me you at a grocery store and you're getting really mad at people because they're not acting right. Okay. So know that your contentment in life will improve dramatically when you kind of harness your ability to look at the world from a more spiritual, and they're telling me lighter perspective. Okay, so the image of Ganesha holding this banana symbolizes humility and awareness of not, placing too much importance on your own thoughts or beliefs in the situation. And his little pot belly, I love his little pot belly, it signifies the bounty of nature. And it says that Ganesha consumes the sadness of the universe and he protects the world. So learn to kind of honor the values of others that may differ from your own, and they might be going through stuff you don't know about, and just kind of see the beauty and diversity, as hard as it can be sometimes. And once you see this beauty, it's really going to open you up to recognizing and accepting the beauty that also resides in you. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. They kept showing me you in a grocery store getting mad at people. Don't let them steal your joy. Okay. I know that's a really weird image, but that's what I got. So I'm sending you lots of love, and I know that Tanis and Jeff have a little more for you. Okay.
Yes, you are not alone, Carmen. That is part of the collective. And being an empath, it's very difficult to sort of manage and figure out what's yours and what's not. So some of what you're experiencing, this frustration in the grocery store, it's not all yours. So don't take it on. Right? You don't need to be in everybody else's energy. Just be in your own energy. Okay? Our aura can go out like as far as 500 feet. So we're almost always in somebody's aura. So learning how to manage your own energy is really going to help you through this time. So the black tourmaline is a great tool for doing that, because I did accept what is. All right? Much like the acceptance card that Michelle got. I accept and embrace my inner majesty. And so it's about holding yourself. So for me, this is like giving yourself a hug. It's what's coming up for me. So really, when we're frustrated and angry, it's usually based on a fear. So I encourage you to do actually a root cause analysis on your fear. So why does that? Ask yourself 5 whys. That's what a root cause analysis is. Okay. Ask yourself 5 whys. So you're angry with people in the grocery store. Okay. So why? Why are you angry? Because they're not acting the way you want. Well, why does that matter? Right? And so keep going until you get to a base fear. And that's the part that you need to work on, because that's yours. Okay? You have no control over those other people being brittle and rude. You have no control over them. We only have control over our own actions and reactions to that. So, and if you're frustrated with it, it's because you're reacting out of fear. So you're afraid of something. So figure out what it is that you're afraid of and see if you can work through that. That would be my advice for that, because the collective is going through a huge change, right? When we go through all this light, we've had a lot of solar storms and stuff, that brings a whole lot of light down. When it does that, all the dense energy has nowhere to go. So it has to come up. Dense energy is like emotions and stuff, okay, for all of us. And so when we have this dense energy start to come up, it comes up as emotion, because we often will, process our energy as an emotional response. So when that emotional response starts to happen, think about, first of all, the whys. Why is it happening for me? And how can I manage that? Usually there's some stuff in your past that's created that filter that you're looking at this situation through. So look at the filter and figure out if you can change that filter, because we can. It's about changing and reframing how we look at things. But be gentle with yourself, because we're all looking through this filter at this time, right? We're all struggling with this filter doesn't fit anymore because life has changed. So how do we change this filter? Well, I have to do a little bit of work on that. And that's where our own work comes in. And as for everybody else, remember that we can support others, but we can't change them. So you're supporting, not saving. Okay? Just be open to love. Okay, figure out what your flow is and what your passion is and follow that. All right. And embrace the future, because you have possibilities coming here, but all of the frustration and fear that you're feeling is just going to get in your way. So don't allow that to get in your way. You know, do some work, do some of the journaling and stuff like that to figure out what it is your base fear is, and then heal that. Okay. If you need more help, you know, lots of great practitioners. Myself, I'm happy to help as well. And, you know, Michelle, her readings and stuff can really help to shed some light, because as I've said a little earlier, the spiritual journey or the healing journey is all about self-discovery. So the more that you can get to know about yourself, you start to understand how you interact with those people around you in the world. And why am I reacting this way? Why are they reacting this way? And know that we are all in this together. So we might as well love each other and go forward. Okay. Hope that's helpful, Parman. Lots of love for you. Okay.
Wow. All right. So just to summarize, but really share on your journey right now with how you're feeling the energy bouncing off of others. Effort needs to be made in your part to reset your triggers, to reset your expectation, reset your ability to interconnect, and understand that you're dealing with light beings. The people, not necessarily, you may be dealing with energy sources perhaps that are planetary, which may be not even intentionally rude, but that's how the energy is. And when it interacts with your energy, it creates an unintended consequence, which is now triggering you. If you allow yourself to be not desensitized to it, but allow yourself the fact that we're all imperfect beings on this planet, that our energy comes forward, and when sometimes, most of the time, misunderstood, particularly if you're judging on people who you don't know, and you're seeing people act in a certain way, that may not necessarily be your role. Your role here may very well to look inward to yourself and understand that if you could find a practice that raises your vibration and elevates yourself to a vibration that's higher, you would be amazed looking at the collective, what you see. It's that depending upon the vibration, the energy, the frequency that you bring forward will directly drive how you experience this world, this universe, this flow at this moment in time. If you're coming into the grocery store at a low vibe, trust me, you're going to grumble, you're going to rumble, you're going to be fighting. No one possibly could be nice to you because, and then if you like, take it easy and you take it calm and bring that calm into you, you will actually vibrate off of them and bring calm into them. See, what you can bring into the collective is your ability to be who you are on the good side. Bring your calm, bring your wisdom, bring your light, because you can tap in. And rather than reacting to those on a low vibe, do everything you can to raise a vibe higher and higher and higher. Encourage people to elevate their vibration to a point where we are light beings communicating with love, embracing the good, removing the triggers, and giving ourselves the benefit of the doubt that we're here to serve each other and make this a better place for all that are involved, rather than thinking that someone is secretly planning an attack against you energetically, because I'm sorry, they're not. And that they're not intentionally rude. But depending upon our vibration, everyone here tonight, everyone here tomorrow, everyone who ever hears this, they've experienced during their life times of unintended rudeness, which they misinterpreted due to facts which were beyond their control. But if you allow yourself the possibility that maybe you could be at a higher vibe, and if you can maintain a higher vibe existence, life as you know it would be different and is different. Just allow yourself to elevate and find a practice that you can embrace, an elevated lifestyle, a lifestyle where it's filled with love, filled with opportunity, filled with unbounded light. Everything will shift. You will, in fact, there were 3 words here. If you could allow yourself the possibility to elevate, I would say, analyze the situation you're in, allow yourself to transform into the entity that you can be, and you'll be accomplished in that, and you can hold that. And then people, when they're around you, you will find when you're walking down the street, strangers will come up to you and compliment you. Well, that might annoy you a little bit, but people will recognize your light. People will recognize the beauty that shares you because you are beyond yourself at that point. And people will come up to you with messages that maybe they were given to share with you. Be open to receiving those. Life will be different. All it takes is to embrace who you are and find a practice to raise your vibration and know that people are here to be loved. Thank you.
Beautiful.
That was beautiful, Jeff. Thank you very much. And we got lots of hearts from the audience. Melanie sends a heart and an X. And then we've got Raven. Yuppers, so true. Oh, thanks for the comments, guys. And let's see, as someone else, thank you so much for everything. All that you said is real. I appreciate you all so much. Be blessed. Thank you. Thank you. You are so welcome, Jolly. Oh my goodness. Can you guys believe it's been over an hour?
Wow.
And I just want to say, Carmen, we're sending you tons of love.
We are sending you lots of love.
Tons of love.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and sign off. So thank you so much for being on our show today, Jeff. Is there anything you'd like to share with the audience, how they can follow you, what stuff you're working on right now?
Sure. You could find me on Instagram. And as Michelle mentioned earlier, I do love the night sky, and I do love photographing and doing astrophotography. It's an absolute passion of mine. I'm working on many different things. One of these days, you may find an Oracle deck coming out from my place, the Entrepreneur Oracle deck, which is a different kind of Oracle deck, but will help guidance. If any of you have looked to start a business, running a business, and looking for guidance from an Oracle perspective, do I have words for you. So that's a deck that's coming out in the near future. And there's always interesting things, in my opinion, happening inside the Pulver.com world. So feel free to drop by. I just want to say thank you to those that are following the show for a chance to be seen, to be heard, and thank you for reaching out and inviting me. It's an honor to be here tonight, and I wish you nothing but days filled with light and love. Both of you, please continue doing the work that you do. The world is better off because of what you do. So thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Jeff. We really appreciate it. And it's just so thrilling to have someone, just you on our show. I mean, you're such a force. And Raven says, oh, yes, please, Jeff. Okay. So yes, definitely visit him, pulver.com. He has a million different projects going on. He is just full of energy and love and light. And we're just so glad that we got to be in the present with you today and do these readings with you. So thank you so much for joining us. And we hope that you come back.
And a little antidote is that actually I met Michelle and Jeff through Jeff's show, Ask the Oracles. And so I wouldn't be here today without Jeff being involved. So I thank you because you have opened up a huge community for all of us.
Well, so, thank you.
Thank you.
Happy to contribute.
Yeah, and I think we also met each other on Grateful Goddesses. And I mean, if you guys, some of our audience knows my story, but I was in isolation for many years because of my situation. And then I came on Grateful Goddesses and I joined the Pulver Network. And it's like just the most amazing group of people. And I love, coming and just sharing space with you guys and hearing other people's stories and just sharing energy. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful group. And we love your family. We love you. And we're just very thankful for you, Jeff. So
we love you all.
Thank you. Much love to all of you. And shout out to my sisters, Lauren and Michelle. Thank you guys for doing everything that you do. That empowered me to be here tonight. So love you all. Really. Purple hearts to everyone, please.
Oh. And I wore purple today just for Jeff. So because I know on all your stuff, I'm like, this is his color. Like he even has purple framed glasses. Yeah.
I should have worn purple. I love purple.
It is true. I have my purple glass. I found all my glasses. My purple ones are broken, but I will find a new pair.
No.
Oh my
goodness.
But
the ones that I retired them. That's why I went with these. But I found an old pair where the lenses almost work. So I will next time be back with purple. So, thank you.
I'll try and remember to wear purple next time.
Yeah.
Well, good. I carry a purple heart, so it's all good. Oh, and I have the amethyst in front of me the whole time here. So.
Oh, perfect. Some beautiful purple fluorite.
This has been with me the ententire show. It's right in front of me. There you go. Hello.
Yep.
I'm not so far.
I need a big one because I have anxiety.
tiny.
Yeah, you have the giant ones behind you because Tanis she's taking on other people's and transmuting it. So she needs a big
I hear
amethyst.
you.
I need help.
Yeah, she's got the
I
big
call in the
chunks
backup
back
here.
there.
You can see
Oh,
them back
gee.
here. See?
Wow.
Yeah, she
I
got
got them for my birthday.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you, guys. This is wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and sign off. Again, my name is Michelle Marie. I am both a Vedic and Western astrologer, as well as a tarot and oracle card reader. Thank you so much for joining us today. And please come back next week because we're having Monte Farber and Amy Zerner
Oh, my
on.
goodness. Wow.
And they are going to be talking about their intuition oracle. So yes, please come on. We're going to be giving readings, just talking about their fabulous decks. I actually gifted one for Tanis for her birthday. Mine's over here. We all have it. We all have the intuition oracle. Yes. Their tools are absolutely fabulous. So make sure to come and join us. Okay. And yeah.
And I am Tanis Coughlin. I am the founder of the Twillow Lifestyle Community, Twillow Lifestyle Academy. And I just want to thank everyone for sharing your energy with us today. Such a beautiful collective energy tonight for the show. So it's just awesome. So, yep, come and see us. Check out twillowlifestyle.ca, and we will see you next week.
Yeah, become a member.
And I'm Jeff Pulver. Drop by pulver.com anytime you'd like. And you never know what we may be doing next. Very open to ideas and collaborative opportunities. And really, thank you both, Michelle and Tanis, for everything you do. I cannot express myself more. But next week's show, Monty and Amy is going to be here. They're going to rock it. And let me tell you, it'll be pure magic. Looking forward to that show.
Excited.
So
I am too. They are pure magic. Okay, we're sending you all lots of love.
Lots
Take
of
care
love,
and see you
everyone.
next week.